You can change you can't change the past, and the future hasn't happened. So the only thing to do is take purposeful action now in order to create the ultimate life of your dreams.
So with us today, inspirational speaker Teresa Lewis, going to talk about why we should embrace every single moment. And sometimes easier said than done. So.
Oh, much easier said than done, right?
Welcome back.
For sure.
So what's the key to being able to do that?
Oh, I think we just have to get really intentional. So being very intentional with the present, because we beat ourselves up over what happened, we worry about the future, and we forget that all we actually have is right here and right now. And so being present, like in our conversations with people, and not being distracted, so really trying hard to focus. And I always think one of the keys to that too is capturing like those to-dos in a place that's not in your brain. Because we will go crazy if we try to keep track of everything in our brain, like the projects that we've got going on, the to-do list, the grocery list, all that. And then that's how we get distracted. So get it out of your brain into a planner, a system, sticky notes, whatever it is, so that you can be more present. And it's a learned trait. We live in a society that's like an attention span deficit because we're so not used to being present. We're so not used to focusing. And this is a real challenge because businesses are seeing this as people are just going one thing to the next, and we think that we can multitask, but we really can't because there is a core limitation of the human brain, and that's that it can't focus on two things at once. So we really do ourselves a disservice when we say, oh, I've got 15 things going on and I'm juggling them all right now. Well, are you really, and are you doing it well? So we can benefit ourselves when we focus and be present at whatever task is in front of us, whatever conversation is in front of us.
It sounds like kind of a muscle you need to develop, right? So any practices that you use to help build that muscle, or?
I think setting a timer is great because for me, and it's hard, right? Because if you're at all on the computer and then you have something pop up on your little sidebar, a Facebook something or a new email comes in, your temptation is to go there. So like I will set a timer and be like, okay, for this long I have to focus on this and nothing else gets to come into my space. So turning the phone off, turning the email off, turning social media off, and actually just focusing on a project, it's actually really rewarding when you do it because then you're like, wow, I made good progress and that was 7 minutes. But normally we don't have that time because we are so used to being bombarded and distracted. And I think companies too can really be helpful to their employees with this and help them with this by letting them put on like do not disturb signs on their doors or creativity in progress. I had a friend who told me that about 20 years ago in the business he was in, they had mandatory times every day that every employee got to take this time that was like focus time. There couldn't be meetings. Nobody could slip a note even under the door or the workspace cubicle or anything. It was like mandatory time on a regular basis that everybody focused. And that's such a great practice. And we usually don't do that because we have too many things going on. It's people and beeps and everything of the things that just beep and get us off track for so many reasons. So we just need to step back sometimes. And part of it too is getting mindful, breathing, you know, even those things that connect our mind and our body, that makes us feel more present. So taking moments like that to just incorporate those habits into your day too.
And I think you've taught us too, living in the moments is also taking in those little, oh, I'm so grateful for this. Like I'm grateful that I have a warm car to get into this morning. It's been kind of cold out. Like that also helps bring you more to the present.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because now what's everybody talking about? Oh, the weather's going to cool down and it's going to get cold and then it's winter and then the world's over. You know, that's all what we think. And it's like, no, enjoy today. Today, sunny and 70. Beautiful day. Yeah, we have some rain ahead. That's okay. You know, take each day as it comes, and gratitude is part of it. And I think all the other mindsets that we've been talking about up until this point, they all come together with this mindset too, because they all build on each other. And this really allows us to appreciate the value of now. And this mindset is really a couple different facets too, because we appreciate the present moment that we have. And then we also, of course, need to take action because the time is now and now is all we have.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We're going to talk more about staying present right after this.